This is not time for Resident Sleeper. This is time for a pistol round, and Shock's having put extreme damage down on the last map. Let's see if he can replicate that performance here. Device, also one of those players that we've been watching and really kind of admiring as to the way he's moving around and getting things done for Astralis here.
Yeah, lowest sight for RPK and the likes, but Astralis already here in numbers, and Magiska's got two of its own. Quick kills down on B. They're going to get into the vents. Apex is already here on rotation from that top site, but the bomb planted for Astralis. The retake on for Vitality. They're making it look interesting. This kill is everything, and Glaive gets it, keeps it for Astralis in the 3-on-1.
Yeah, these are my kills, see? That's what Glaive said there as he's delivered that one. Ooh, little spinning number from Apex.
Is he a Bond villain?
It seems like.
I tell you what, Glaive could be a Bond villain. Yeah. If there was ever going to be anyone in Counter-Strike, I'm not saying it's Glaive.
Well, you did.
But it could be Glaive.
You did say Glaive appears to be a villain of sorts.
Well, Villainous Axe already off to a start here for Astralis. Bomb planted on the lower bomb site here in Nuke, and they're going to take the pistol round. That leads them to, well, potentially go 3-0 up, but here's the force for Vitality, and they look to make things interesting. ZywOo saving for the AWP. We got El Big Chuggo on the hands of Apex. Yeah. What's he going to do with that?
Bit of a Spanish flavoring put on it.
What?
Well, let us see if Team Vitality are able to find anything here.
What is so funny, guys? I don't understand. Apex with the chug. Deagle's aside. It's going to be Astralis going to take the ramp room. No contest. Nobody wants the smoke. Glaive already down the vents. He finds himself way down there towards Decon.
This is a mess. Back and forth. Trades in for Astralis, but they're walking into a stack. They're walking into a trap. It's the lowest site play from Vitality. Made quick work off on the flank of Dupree. He gets 3. And that's going to be Astralis doubling down with the second round. The 3-0 reaching almost guaranteed points here, with Vitality now having a near full eco of their own.
Never say never, Hugo. Hugo!
Never.
Slow it down. Zeus on the ZywOo.
Oh,
Zeus on Mazuda.
Zeus.
What are they going to do with this? What is going to happen? Are they going to tase a player, hold him in place, and then eliminate him? Or how is this going to go down?
Don't talk about that idea, Trace. I've heard that one before.
It's an interesting one. Now, imagine if he could just Zeus the smoke, and then it kind of eliminates everyone in the smoke, right?
Oh, dear. He actually gets a kill straight up. That's not like the usual way where you're, like, gimping it on a corner. Instead, he just runs straight in and deals with a man with that taser. Now he's upgraded onto the Mach 10.
Ah.
That was actually a very good impression.
I'm full of
Zeus
impressions,
sound.
man. Full of impressions. Ah. Well, Glaive has found his way towards CT spawn.
If Masuta manages to get one, Trace, you have to provide us. You have to deliver the sound effect.
Oh, absolutely. I've been looking forward to this. Been preparing for it, moreover, for years.
Sad thing is, this isn't like prime Zeus territory. I don't know how he imagines a Zeus kill is going to come out of this position. He's not even playing the bait. They've actually sent the guy with the Zeus to swing wide. And Astralis, the only way they come into this A site, at least right now, is through Heaven. And Zeus certainly ain't working at that range, let me tell you. So I don't think we're going to get a chance to see one of those. Dupree clearing out the Heavens. Now, has this Agent of Chaos managed to get into Heaven? Let's wait and see. Dupree, a bit of a devil thus far in this series. And he just might try and tempt these players in the bomb site. There's the first. Oh, dear. The flanks come in from ZywOo.
It's done.
That's the bomb up there. Zipnix, I don't think there's any way he can win this. He will deal with the player in the site, but ZywOo knows that this one is done. And Zipnix,
wow,
he's hoping.
Yeah.
ZywOo's even rubbing it in. This all started with a Zeus kill as well.
Zipex without that grappling hook, he's not going to be able to get back up there towards the Heaven area.
See, Trace, that's you'd always have that in your backpack. You'd always be ready. You bring your grappling hook everywhere you go.
It's my backpack right now.
Yeah.
You never know when you have to scale walls, or at least scale back into Heaven to get the bomb to plant in the site.
Exactly.
In a time-pressured situation, one that is very sensitive at that.
That's how we call them sensuations, Trace.
Situationships.
Oh, dear. Well, that is a banger of a round. Hey, Trace, I guess I never should have said never, because that wasn't the 3-0 for Astralis. It was Vitality winning an eco. It was a Zeus. It was a Mac-10, and it was a bomb dropped in heaven by ZywOo. He does it on his own. Great stall for the rest of the team on the site. They buy time for the man himself.
Ah.
Can you do a Wilhelm scream?
A what?
You know the scream that's in, like, Star Wars and
I have
every
no
film?
idea. Sorry, man.
Oh,
It's like that one reoccurring scream that is in everything.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I've heard it several times.
Oh, yeah, you definitely have.
Ah.
I like
Close
that
enough.
one. I think it's pretty good.
It's subtle, right? Anyway, weapons now firmly in the hands of Vitality with 2 AKs over there for Astralis.
Weapons now. Yeah, they're in Dupree's hand, and he's looking for a kill here towards outside. He's hungry for this frag, for this man advantage. But, no. Buffet might be closed for Dupree. Nothing getting offered up. He's just missed his timing onto Shocks, but he's gone back to check. Dupree still going to win that engagement, just barely. Brought down to 9 points of health is this man, but it's still an entry gained for Astralis, and quite the foothold as well. Already having this secret control. I say already, this has taken a fair bit of time for the Danes. 25 seconds left on the clock. They're not getting given engagements, they're not getting given fights. So they'll tuck tail and run towards B. They're not ready for Masuta. He's not missing with the shooter. Shuts down 2, leaving Dupree and Zipnix in the hot seat. They will get rid of ZywOo over towards ramp. And now following up onto the man down here at B. The plant can come in. RPK to try and deny it, but it gets planted behind the silo there. That's a clean plant. And oh, there's the peak from Zipnix. 3 kills for him, and Astralis get themselves a 3rd on the board.
See, it's a round, right? And it's no problem. Astralis get it. It's all good. But again, Harry, the time has continued to be an issue. And Astralis leaving this one so late, it forces them to just W into the site. They just run right in. And Masuta gets 2 kills because Astralis don't have time to clear positions. They just have to try and force the plant.
Now, this is an interesting, useless fact, but also because I'm curious about where you got the cost of the apples. As you can tell, there were several apples that Astralis could buy with all their combined prize winnings. So.
Yeah, and that was in pounds of apples. Is that pounds as in the weight or pounds as in the amount? I imagine it's weight. Right?
I imagine it's weight, yeah.
Yeah, but like, you know, that... some apples are bigger than others, Trace. How about them apples?
Some apples get confused with oranges, and sometimes people compare them.
And then you make lemonade or something. I don't know how the saying goes, but...
Oh, this isn't the range for Lil Junior, and Apex knows that he tries to close the distance, and ooh, it's actually RPK to help him out of dodge there. Doesn't matter. Astralis have got the bomb down in B. Probably aren't thrilled about getting Mag 7'd, but it's still around nonetheless. As this 4th round now on the horizon, can any more damage be done? Any more money get made? Maybe from the nade. Not quite. No one in the vents. So 4-1 now for the Danes. Money plentiful on the Vitality side, helped even further by this 1 kill that Apex has got on the back of the Mag 7. He's going to be able to drop the AWP into the hands of ZywOo. Truthfully, I'd kind of just love to see him keep the Mag 7 forward. I think it's a pretty good gun to build up some money with. It certainly works over towards the top of hut. No need to upgrade that one. These SMGs might need to go, though.
Great T-side start to the map here for Astralis, though, and Vitality coming in with guns, buying, and getting rid of what little they have saved. Masuta could even keep the UMP, but honestly, you know, if he does buy, I'm not gonna worry about it.
He better get armor. He better get armor. He better get the armor right now.
No,
better be buying the armor. Better go back to spawn and get that armor.
We call it the perfecto, but it's imperfecto in this round.
He doesn't need it where he's going.
With a UMP, you definitely need armor.
Not where he's going, though.
Where's he going, Trace?
At this rate, nowhere fast.
Yeah, let's see if he can do anything. I don't see this ending well, and it's a grave mistake, one that you really only make once,
or twice,
unless you're perfecto, and then maybe you make it twice. But, you know, his situation was a bit weird. He stayed alive, was like the last survivor, never even actually had a fight to realize he didn't have armor, so just didn't purchase it forward. Now, that can't afford to happen to Masuta here. This has to be one of those moments where at the end of the round, if you win it or lose it, you sit and spawn. Namely, if you win it, and you kind of laugh to yourself, ha ha ha, I didn't even have armor.
Ha ha ha.
Zipnix is already down the vent, and he snuck down here right in the beginning of the round over here, Decon side. Now, as Astralis have tried to pressure outside, Vitality have moved more and more players down to this lower bomb site. Apex does get caught rotating up through ramp, but there's still so many bodies here. 3 players for Vitality currently reside on B. So if Astralis commit to this, they are walking into that stack.
Yes, the SMG does work out. No armor, no problem here for Mizuta. Flashed in by his teammate, able to get that kill. And now Astralis going top side. The rotations are up. Zywoo comes through the vents. He gets traded. RPK should have this kill locked and loaded. But a flank from Heaven rather coming through. Device getting a shot off. And the bomb actually gets out of the door. RPK, if he kills that bomb, he wins the round. But now it gets a plant instead. Shocks, is he being watched? Is this cover there? No, Dupree dead in the water. It's Device alone, and he's distracted as well. Swivels back for the kill, and it's Shocks alone on the site. A one-on-one, no kit, has to tap it. Device doesn't know there's no kit in play, and he's got to force the kill. He gets the round for Astralis. 3 frags for Device, and 5-1 on this T side.
Yeah, this is the start that you would expect from Astralis. And that's going to force a tackle timeout, brought to you by their U.S. Air Force, and rather early on in this game as well.
Yeah, both these teams have been very, very keen on using them. And I think that makes sense. You look at like the coaching personalities that are stood behind either one of these squads. You got Remy over on the side of Vitality. I would say his in-game name, but it's quite the mouthful. XQTZZZ or something like that. I don't know if there's an easier way you're meant to read that. And then obviously Zonic on the other side of things, right? Both coaches known to be pretty heavily involved in what's going on. And I think when you look at it, it makes a lot of sense, especially for Vitality. They've been very, very keen on using them, having Remy's input, having him give some opinions and perhaps some help the way of Apex. Obviously new to this IGL role. So after a short discussion and a time to try and figure out what is going wrong, and investment back in from Team Vitality in this round. It's only light, a couple of deagles, armor on Apex, and a few nades here and there. They've gone in already. So can the deags do the damage here in round number 7?
Wall of smokes for Astralis. Zywoo and company want to play in them as well. But guess what? No one's home. Astralis is going to be knocking on the doors of ramp. Oh. Apex is there to try to hold down the fort. Mizuta.
Yes, it's in secret. Apex coming in from below, and the pace is there for Astralis. They're so quick. And Molly should force RPK forward into Device. Somehow he gets away with that kill. Device not aware that he was burning in the fire. Zipnix looking for a little bit more, but got to be careful. If he gives away a kill here, there's an opportunity for Zywoo to pick up a gun, but that will be denied. And Shocks the same. Astralis 6-1 up. They get rid of the pistols on that lower site. This is an excellent T side.
And this is Astralis that is very scary, right? This is the one that they start to steamroll. They get a lot of momentum, and then it's just almost unstoppable. There's not many teams in the world that can find an answer to Astralis when they find that rhythm. Right now, they're putting on an excellent display of force in this third map. Speaking of third maps, it's about time I give you a little bit of an update over on the other side of things with NIP versus Ints. 14-8, Ints are about to do it to them on Inferno. Hearts will be broken. I told you this, and I meant it.
Yeah, right now, we're trying to avoid some broken hearts of our own in this round here and now. Device.
Breaking the glass.
Over here in main. Dupree dropped. Shocks his position over in the garage. Goes unchecked, and that allows him to remove almost 2 from the tally for Astralis. Magisk is there to help Glaive out of danger at the very, very least, but it's still a 2-on-4. This is still a round that Vitality hold quite the advantage in. Bomb down towards Hell has to get retrieved by Astralis, and you can see they're both kind of looking at each other like, oh, Magisk, you got 100 HP. You go get it. And he does. He's listened. They've well trained him. As he sets up down in Hell now. Ooh, Mizuta hopping and down into the crosshair of Magisk he goes. Bit of an awkward fight to give away if you're Team Vitality, because now the options are open to Astralis. They can go ramp, they can go heaven, they can leave outside in its entirety. They could have even wrapped into main. They could be anywhere. So for ZywOo, he's got to have his eyes and wits about him, and that flick is fast as hell. Only glaive left standing, and with 7 seconds on this clock, he taps the bomb. ZywOo going to swing open those doors and pulls the attention left and right. Apex is there to solidify it. Vitality, they'll get that second round locked in.
Yeah, ZywOo really pops with the AWP in this one as well, finding the opening kill, which was a necessity for Vitality. Down 5 rounds, no longer 4 in between these two teams, but CT side, we need a little bit more from the Frenchman, and ZywOo's given it at least for the short term. Now guns coming in around it. No AWP here for Astralis, back to full AKs. Seeing no Kriegs, man, really just, it feels old. It feels like we're back in 2018, but I love it. Oh my God, they stop in the Molotov to spray, and look at that, 2 kills from Shox. The AWP will even close the round. It's done. Blink and you miss it. Vitality have already found a third. Astralis, man, they get double mollied indoor, and they hang around for just a little bit too long. I think the person in the front who is spraying and crouching and like sort of moving blocks the second player. Yeah, look at that. Shock. When you see him turn around, you can see someone getting blocked behind that. Device getting blocked by glaive, and glaive just gets through and then gets shot. Unlucky. Happens to the best of us. And now Astralis, unlike the rest of us, poor on pistols. With only P2s. Grenade to silo is going to get avoided. Just about 1 point of damage. The M4 starting to lay down the pain outside.
Long road here for Vitality, though. Not a Lana in sight. We're going to see what they can do now that they have some weapons in their hands, while Astralis doesn't. This shouldn't be an issue. This should not be a close round. If you just take this at face value as it stands.
Ooh, that's a great shot from ZywOo. The spray is there for another, and ZywOo will double it. Bomb at his feet, and glaive prolonging the inevitable. How much longer? Oh God, ZywOo, he looks away. It gives glaive a chance, but swiftly removed as well. Looks scary for a second. ZywOo considered a player coming in from lower. Not going to be the case. Astralis, they have 6 rounds still, and coming back in with guns. It's 3 in a row, as you can see, for Vitality. Scoreboards show good performances from ZywOo, like we would expect. Eco kills certainly help.
And a short USF was tactical pause here for Astralis. They're going to call that in. Because, you know, there was a time where they were 6-1 up in this game, and as we've seen already, those score lines can quickly elude you. So they don't want to let this one get out of hand. I think ZywOo's been the real problem thus far, right? Like, whenever they've tried to take outside, ZywOo's been there. Whenever they've tried to go ramp, ZywOo's been there. And he's most certainly done that. We get those results in from the Ents game. I'll secure a 2-1 victory over NIP.
There it is. However, that is really where you can blow the candle out, because there is nothing that changes on the back of that. They still finish very bottom of the group.
Nothing changes for Ents, but it can have implications.
Yeah. What that now means
series
is Astralis, again, if they win this, they can now go top of the group. They couldn't if NIP beat Ents, but with Ents winning that game, Astralis fighting for top spot. They don't know it yet. Maybe someone's light over their shoulder and gone, by the way, guys, Ents won their game, so this really does matter now for you. And boy, it does. They won that top spot. The value of course, getting top in the group here means you skip the entire second group, which is a round robin consisting of the second and third best teams from the remaining groups, A, B, and D. We save C. That's for North America. That's coming up later.
We're going to be getting into that. In case you missed the news, MIBR will be the final team brought in over there to compete. It's got a pretty well-rounded stack when it comes to the North American side of things. In the meantime, though, or the meme time, rather. We'll take a look at the rest of this game, Harry.
Yeah, right now it's a very, very slow approach from Astralis. They've gone away from outside. They've up and left this position on the map, and you know, maybe their spirits is broken as my voice is. 30 seconds now. As they set up outside of the A bomb site.
I need that on a soundboard or my phone or something.
Your text message tone.
Yeah.
It's just me.
It would never go off then.
Here's the A play. Damage done through the heart onto Apex, but it's not enough for a killing blow. And as quick as you like, Team Vitality emerged from every hidey hole in the bomb site to secure a 5th round. Getting that one on the board. Once again, bringing the Astralis money into a very awkward spot where they've only really got the ability to partially invest here. That max loss bonus building up. This was a huge flank from Shox up through the vents, while all their attention is towards the A bomb site, focusing on Apex. Shox just slips the knife in the back. And so, yeah, some investment here from Astralis, maybe a bit of a faster round, and it looks like it could be towards this ramp room. Masuta finds himself here, and he has got his work cut out for him, or rather, cutting work in half there as he gets himself 2. Still 4 players, though, and ZywOo will remove 1. Device and Magisk, 2 versus 4. Now 1 versus 4, as Magisk finds himself on his lonesome.
Ooh, he didn't pick up the gun either. There was an M4 at his feet, but just opting to stick with the D, looking for that one-shot ability, and it won't work. Couple of kills from Masuta. Hangs around for a little bit longer. I understand why you would with ZywOo and CT, but sometimes it is just safer to see the B player, especially against pistols. Just drop, just go down lower. But, you know, inexperience is a safe word to use when it comes to Masuta. Playing at this level, at least, playing against the best team in the world. He's been around, he's been about, but not against the top of Counter-Strike. So a real trial by fire, but he's holding his own. 6-6.
Yeah, an Apex spot right there is certainly one to catch them off guard. He's going to do just that with the pre-falling. He gets on top of the big garage. Now we've got a little bit of a weird situation. Device and Shox, neck and neck. Basically head-to-head. Shox is going to hear him back off, but he's not going to be there to get the kill. Until now. Things could go completely awry here for the side of Astralis. Here comes the push from Shox. Only needs to find 1. Smartly enough, backs out. Could have went for more. Just couldn't turn it around in time to get out of dodge and stay alive.
Yeah, he just missed players close behind the box lining up smokes, but he spots enough information. He could have dropped the bomb there, but instead the bomb drops him, and Glaive is alone with it, committing to outside utility, but not pushing behind it. Talking of pushing, RPK is going on a bit of a push of his own with Masuta, chasing the lobby flank, gets a kill. They won't be ready for another man in door, you think, but Masuta will jump check it, Device getting the kill instantly, and there's still 2 more men inside of the lobby. ZywOo, timing is everything, and he almost gets caught, but RPK covers him from the hut, and Vitality, 7 rounds on the CT side. I like the proactive play. They see Astralis setting up smokes outside. They take control towards the lobby.
This is 6 in a row now for Team Vitality. You know, they were 6-1 down. We saw that pause coming for Astralis, and we were saying, well, you know, we've already seen today how quickly these leads can move away from you. It was on the other side of the coin last time with Vitality being the team that were 8-1 up. But now they've done it to the Danes here on Nuke, a map that used to be the home of a team like Astralis. Well, now they find themselves falling behind. Shox tries to get down into Secret. I do not know how he's able to get away with either a kill, let alone that much damage onto Astralis. The flashbang certainly helped there. Team Vitality bailing Shox out of the danger zone, at least for a brief moment. ZywOo's going to cut down Device on the jump across. Things have gone from bad to worse here for the Danes. They have at least been able to get 2 of their 3 players into Secret and down towards this B bomb site. Is it going to matter, though? Because Masuta has come rotating in and looks to make this B site his own.
And I definitely want to see a replay of that ZywOo shot on the Device jumping through outside. In the meantime, we're going to look at a bomb plant potentially here in the lower site. Dupree's going to be able to put it down behind Silo. And that's going to set them up for a very tumultuous hold here. ZywOo taking considerable damage, and they're going to push ramp on that. ZywOo gets punished completely. 3v3, Glaive very low on 6 HP. You would think things don't get easier here, but with the bomb planted, it's Vitality that need to step forward.
And fast as well. Already a half-ticked bomb. RPK coming in late on ramp. Sitnix, oh, he's holding it. He's waiting, and he's going to hit the leg shot. That's not the kill. Molotov taking a second. You don't have time when you're up against RPK, running through the fire. The CZ takes too long to build, and he's down to 3 HP. Same story on Glaive, 6 to his name. Molly on the bomb. That might have just won the round, and it's done exactly that. The bomb exploding. I don't think there was time anyway by the time they got on that defuse, and Apex will survive with a gun, but it's still a 7th round to Astralis.
So here's the shot by Zywoo, and
bang.
Dead. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, I didn't see the bomb explode there. You see that?
No, I didn't take note.
I mean, it exploded, but it didn't give us the animation, I think, is what happened.
Yeah, sometimes that happens, you know.
They really do be like that, huh?
Yeah, sometimes you just see gun models.
You know, I actually miscasted a whole round because of that, Trace, where the bomb animation didn't
I remember
go
that.
off.
Yeah,
and I
when was that?
Oh,
Was
you know,
that was here.
Yeah, that was for Pro League. I thought they got the defuse,
but you were wrong.
I was wrong. As sometimes happens, it's always worse when you make your, one of your frequent mistakes in front of
100,000 people.
Yeah.
Not that many, Harry. It's fine. It's not like you're a human being anyway.
If it makes you feel any better, the internet is forever. Sort of like Zywoo, forever a menace here to Astralis, running through the Molotov. The Shisk does what he has to do, takes down Zywoo, still levels it up to a 3v3.
Yeah, I love that play from Magis. The only issue is he has that bomb, and it gets gifted to Vitality, and they have utility. They've rotated all down here. You don't always want to rotate early off the back of the bomb, but I like this decision to do so in the 3-on-3. The issue is it leaves a lot of the map open, and Zipnix will take it away. RPK getting killed from heaven, not the position he expected to die from. That bomb's still at the feet of Vitality. They'd love to pick it up and move it to a safe location, but unfortunately, wrong half. Got to wait around. And Device will be waiting around as he waits for this flank to come through. Zipnix above the vents. No one's inside of it, though. He's a little bit timid, a little bit scared. Dupree has a molly. I'd like to see him use it in tandem with this vent play. Get Mizuta down the stairwell, and there it is. Both players inside of the B site. Astralis could grab it and go top side. That would be a great call if they can pick it up and get up the vents.
Looks like that's what they want to try to do, but the noise has been made.
The bomb.
Damn. The recovery by Device gives them just enough in this half. Almost split down the middle if Harry's math holds up true, but what that does give us is a break. We come back, we see the conclusion of this map. Hey everybody, welcome back. We've got one more half of play for you, potentially overtime. If you've been watching the series, we got a little bit of that on Overpass, and then before that, Dust 2. But this is a very important half of Counter-Strike. This is also the ESL Pro League Season 11. I want to welcome you to the show, and also I want to look at Byron, to tell us what's going on in the groups.
Winner of this game is going to be top in the group stage, Trace, for Group A. They'll be heading straight to Stage 2, skipping the entire round-robin group coming up later. Loser of this match is third. They've got to fight the second team from a separate group to try and get that next stage spot. Well, it's not done. It's not over. We've still got an entire half and maybe more left. Astralis, a dominant T-side though. Vitality are going to have to replicate and do more. Not easy, not peasy, but we're getting into the pistol regardless.
Yes, the squeezy is here. And it's going to be Glaive squeezing the trigger, just squeezing the trigger to take down Shocks.
Ooh. Looking for some more as well. Second kill, and Vitality all over this lower site.
Yeah, Astralis though, they've kind of given it to them. They kind of said, you know what, you can have lower B because we sit in a man advantage. However, that could get taken away from Astralis if they're not careful. They've lost two. Dupree now moving into position down by the double doors and RPK. Ooh, Vitality, they're running. They had B. They were in B. They could have planted B. But now they go towards this A site, and Astralis, they've got 3 players down on the lower tunnels still. If they try and get up through the vents, they could meet their maker, Masuta. On the other side, not quite able to find these players. 2 of them having to go on the long rotation all the way up through Secret, and this leaves Glaive to fight at the A site alone, at least for the time being.
Yeah, and he is sitting on the precipice of an ace, or was. He had 3 kills in the round. RPK is going to make sure that that is not the case. Now just Device. 1-2 shots, takes down RPK. Now Masuda left alone, goes for a peek. Scary times. Device also very low and somehow comes on top in the 1v1. This pistol round is going to Astralis.
And there it is, 9 rounds taken and shaken up by the Danes. That was a nice rotation as well. They don't all go up through the vents. That could have been a real issue. Instead, go the long way round, wrap Secret, and get into the yard. Coming through Mini, there's a couple of kills from Vitality, but Device, great shots from him. Able to close out the low HP Masuta. Low HP thanks to the tags Device did earlier on in the round. 9-7. And the bomb plant allows the force for Vitality. A couple of Kriegs and AKs. It's actually a decent buy. 2 AKs, 1 Krieg. Full util on Zywoo because he got that dropped over. What can they do with it, though?
Well, starting things off, it's going to be a slow hold over here in lobby to begin with. Waiting to see if any of these players from Astralis maybe come a knocking. They haven't yet. Dupree, though. Over here by the door. Might feel tempted at some point, has this MP9. He's just holding, though, waiting for Vitality to come to him. I wonder if that changes now with contact being found outside. I think on Zipnik's calls that they're pushing the ramp for him. That's where we see Dupree activate, perhaps. And his role now switches from this door player to dropping down into the B bomb site. He's going to join up alongside Zipnik's here for a quickly put together double hold of B. Team Vitality, are they going to be ready for 2 SMGs this close? Maybe for the first, but even then, even that's a push. Zipnik's lit them all up there, takes down this attempted B play, and this wasn't your typical anti-eco in the second. You know, you were up against a hefty amount of firepower on the other side. Not that you would know from watching the Zipnik's POV. He makes that look a little too easy there.
Ready to go. Locked and loaded. 10-7. Got eco now for Vitality as they've got to take a breather. Batten down the hatches. And throw a bit of a fast one in yard. We've got Deagles running wild right now. Shocks gets a kill. Device is there. Zywoo follows up with a Glock. Not accounted for. Bomb drop, luckily enough. Magisk makes things interesting. It's not been retrieved. The grenades start to fly in as well. Nothing too significant. That one will do it.
Yeah, that's the meaty nade.
Third's a charm.
Wow, they've still got a whiff of roasted RPK towards outside, and they've got an idea that there's a few more players here, especially with that bomb out in the open.
They got it.
Yeah, somehow, some way. Ooh, that's not ideal for Vitality. Apex gets caught moving down the ladder. Oh. There's the mop up on the Shocks. RPK, 3 points of health. He was naded down earlier on, and he's out for revenge. But unsurprisingly, this isn't the comeback story that he wanted. An 11th round for Astralis. Now, that weapon wasn't retrieved. It's not the end of the world here. Dupree could even elect to keep the SMG in this round, and I imagine that's going to be the decision from Astralis, especially when you think about how the economy was kind of their undoing back on Overpass, at least in a good majority of those rounds. Really kind of thinking back to the weird start that game had with those constant force buys from Astralis and players getting caught surviving. So they're looking to try and dodge that this time around. They'll run the bonus here. Everyone else is invested apart from Dupree. AWP in the hands of Device. And for Vitality, it's rifles across the board.
SMG is so viable on the CT side of Nuke. Really, any weapon is, as you play it to the right position. That's why I think this is the best map of the pool right now. I think you get the most competitive games. I think it's got some of the best meta game, and also a lot of depth. And height, 2 bomb sites. 1 above, 1 below. Vitality wait in the wings towards the lobby. Glaive is so keen to chase, so keen to hunt. Shots waiting. Dink is so quick. How on earth does Glaive get that damage off? And he knows it as well. Doesn't want any more than that. That's already thrown a spanner in the works for Vitality. Shots are still going to look for more, though. This AWP needs to be proactive on Device. He spots a player on Silo, and they're just going to drop off. They don't want that fight again. For Vitality, scared of the yard, but they actually are going to go back to it. The smoke's landing late. Only 1 man committing behind it. That is Shocks. He is low, and so any spam damage can finish his life.
Glaive's peeking over the top of this smoke here. He's got himself up on top of the blue box, now down into credit card. I don't know if that was intentional, but he's going to reposition into main regardless and gets the kill on the back of it. Having him in main actually might prove to be pretty fruitful here for Astralis, as he's quick to pounce onto another. Has to get himself out of danger. There's now Device, Glaive, and Xyp9x have to try and retake this A site in a 3-on-3. Are they saving? They look like they're saving here.
I want to think they like line up that CT flash and throw it in through heaven and go back in for it, but that's a surprise. A very un-Astralis round. I mean, it's smart, don't get me wrong, but they have money anyway. They can buy next round regardless. This is more so playing for the future if you're Astralis. You're playing for the long term. You know this game's going to be close. It may be 11-7 right now, but this isn't going to be a stomp for Astralis. Vitality are going to make them work for it. They're a good T-side team on this map. And so, yeah, surprising one, but I don't really blame Astralis for not wanting to go for that. They saved the AWP. Glaive is low. And they get a Krieg out of it as well. So, not the end of the world for Astralis. If they can bounce back with a round here, reset Vitality, that would be excellent. But the Frenchmen finding their first round in the half and looking to build upon it.
Yeah, one good thing about not throwing themselves in for that retake is that ZywOo hasn't been given a free upgrade onto the AWP. So it is just rifles here still for Vitality. As we get ready to head into round number 20 already. Players setting up back in the lobby. And there's the first kill getting found by Dupree over at Squeaky. It's through the smoke. ZywOo finding him. Oh, God. They tried to send Apex in. And he gets naded down low as well. I would just say it's pretty safe to assume that you don't play those back boxes in Squeaky anymore if you're Vitality. They've almost had to sacrifice 2 players for that privilege.
But with risk, sometimes Nat's reward. Device is going to go ahead and put himself out there on that branch. Finds the shot onto Apex. Can he give himself a third? No. Zuta's good for it. Shuts down his run in the round. However, in this round, it's only the 2 of them alive. Azuda and RPK against 4 players of Astralis on their CT side. On Nuke. Good luck.
Good luck. Yeah, gonna need it.
I mean, you say good luck. Team Vitality, they've been really good in these 2BXs, or, you know, being man down in a lot of these situations.
What were you saying
with that
can you
repeat that? Let's just kind of run that one back
You
here.
want to repeat that last sentence you said?
Don't really want to revisit that.
Really, no.
Not saying that Vitality were going to win that round, but well,
Look, I mean, what we do know is that I think that's
what
the
do
thing.
we know, Harry?
That the U.S. Air Force brought this time out. That's what we know.
Yeah, that is what we know, and that pretty much stops the list of the things we can say with certainty. But Vitality, they've been very, very good in these, you know, being a man down, especially when they're up against Astralis, the team topping the charts right now in 5v4 and man advantage situations. Stat-wise in the Pro League, the fact that they've been able to make so many of these rounds where they do find themselves a man down look so close, even thinking back to Overpass, right? Well, they were able to do it there. I wasn't ready to write them off in that last one. And maybe, you know, I'm the fool in this situation.
We didn't want to say it.
Hey, you said it.
Yeah, you actually said, now that I think about it.
You said maybe. I can confirm that that maybe is indeed actually. It's factually. And Vitality are back on a buy round, if you want to call it that.
Got a little bit of a situationship here on our hands. Magisk dropping from the heavens, gets erased by RPK, but the lineup for Dupree was there, did come to fruition. And now Glaive trying to spray across them with the sight of upper. It's got dicey, to say the least. Buda and Shocks.
This is great from Astralis. Look at them completely disengaging and repositioning. Glaive goes from upper to mini. Device fires a shot with the orb. Vitality think the orb is here, and now he's gone lower. The fact that he shoots is important, because Vitality, when they kill Glaive, they're going to think there's another man here. That is not the case. This is a bait and switch. This is a setup from Astralis, but that smoke creates complications. They might drop down lower. Oh, no. Doorstep delivery for Device. The bomb at his feet. And that's it. It's done. Get him out. 13-8. What a slaughter.
An interesting play, and moreover, it pans out. It pays off for Device. And we're going to see another timeout come in on that note. Thinking it's going to be of the tactical kind, but we will keep you informed. In the meantime, keep an eye on these highlights.
Yeah, it's such a smart play. It's a tiny detail, misinformation displayed by Astralis, putting the wrong info in the heads of Vitality, and they reap the rewards. That's so cool. You know, that may not seem like anything, but that was completely planned for Astralis, and they are going to pick up the round off the back of it.
Interestingly enough, we do get a tech timeout here. Someone's headset is playing up, apparently.
I mean, it's got to be Shocks. He's thrown it against the wall after that round, and I can't say I blame him.
Yeah, that was some pretty dirty stuff. Just props to Device in that moment. The headset acting up this late in the game. Always interesting scenes.
Yeah, I mean, the headset is the least of their worries right now. That's what I will say. Astralis have come alive. You know that one save round where they give the A site, they give the first T side round to Vitality? Astralis not dropping one since that point. They've just been on an absolute roll. It's been 2 more in a row, rather. So it shows the benefit of sometimes giving it away and not always going for every round. Astralis had loads more money as a result. They've been able to take the risks. Like you said, Trace, they come with rewards. Device is looking fantastic as well this map. 19 kills, level along ZywOo. But ZywOo will be taking this map and series. Who will be going top of the group and getting themselves a spot in stage 2 of this season of Pro League. It's looking like Astralis. Do Vitality want to make me eat my words?
Probably. If Pro League this season has taught us anything thus far, it is that. You go eat your shorts.
I'm wearing trousers, Trace. I'm exempt.
So you're saying that you will eat your trousers if Vitality win this game? Live on air?
No.
Okay. Just wanted to clarify in case there was some confusion.
It's just way too much fabric.
We've got some, we got ZywOo down towards B. He's trying to show us some of the art of taking this site. Now that would be BR or Bart for being shorts in this round. Dupree dropped by RPK, and the A site now belongs to Team Vitality. Somehow, some way. They only come into this with pistols, and now they sit with a bomb planted. And what was a 3-on-3 now turned against them and a little bit sour as Xyp9x puts another man in the ground. RPK all alone, it all to do, and he's whittled down the nade there to finish off the job. And a 14th for Astralis. Sure, they lose A, sure, they give up the bomb plant, but from coming in on that retake, they look in control throughout.
Yeah, good stuff here. Good cleanup for Astralis.
$14-8, do or die. Moment of truth. Top of the group, who will take it? Vitality are up against 14. There's the AWP for ZywOo back in this round. He has had a great head-to-head against Device in this series. He has won a lot of those fights. So don't count him out of this one. Taking the fight towards main. Holding down that AWP line. Shock's pushed outside. He's been a nuisance here in the past, but Glaive has been doing a good job of putting him to rest. ZywOo finds that early kill. Talk about it. He will strike. Device dead. Shock's checking it. Glaive sprays, and he will win that fight. Astralis keep the 4-on-4 for now.
Apex. Oh, didn't see Glaive there. Didn't spot him. Still towards outside. Still aggressive. And now Glaive hears them leave the top of silo. Oh dear, they don't know he's here. ZywOo, knife out. And he brings a knife to a gunfight. That goes about as well as you would assume it does. ZywOo cut down. The trade is in for Masuta, but at quite the cost. I mean, he's tagged down at 25 points of health. Glaive's outside push has done so much for Astralis here. It's set them up. It's teed them up for a match point round. And now, from beyond the grave, Glaive has got to watch as his three teammates try and do that outside play justice. Dupree, there it is, the double up, double down, and it's only Apex left in this round. 1v3 and all to do. Dupree dancing on the doorstep does get dropped by Apex, and he's looking for Magisk. He's gonna follow up now. Only Xyp9x to beat. I say only this man. Now we know he loves these clutch scenarios. Gonna hear Apex making noise down on B. Sneaks through the vent. Careful to not make any noise here if you're Xyp9x.
He does have a Molotov. He does have a grenade. Super low as Apex. Either one would be detrimental. However, Apex also having a Molotov does change this up a little bit. If the time dwindles, he can drop that Molotov on the bomb and then walk away with this round.
Oh no, he's gonna molly it, isn't he? There's only one spot you would molly in this site. Oh, Xyp9x. He knows. He knows. Time is low though, and he's got it. The burning comes through, and there's just enough time for the defuse, I think.
Oh, he's got it. He's got it. Yeah, that was a close one. The alarm starts to ring, and well, so does the doorbell. Astralis pushing it forward, looking to solidify this map, looking to solidify this series in the books. Now this next shot by Dupree, that's a good one. That's some nice stuff right there.
The crazy thing is Vitality, they've shown such great T-sides across, you know, all their games in the Pro League so far on this map. They actually have a 54% win rate on T-side over the 45%, sorry, of the rounds they win on Nuke, 54% of them are T rounds. So that just shows something. And Astralis are making them look lost on this half. Credit where credit is due.
I do sometimes feel like as well, though, that's largely because it seems like Astralis pick into this map a lot, and we know that that means they often start on the T side and do very well from that position. Now, Device here going to catch Apex, and a double advantage found from Device. He just might be the man to carry Astralis across this finish line and put this series to bed. RPK, Masuta, and ZywOo, the three names in this server, a mixture of old and new here for Team Vitality to try and keep the fight going. They're going to group all three players up and head towards the ramp room. Xyp9x is here, scoped up with the Krieg, has support from Device, who's already on 2 in this round. Device gone, but they don't get past Xyp9x, 16-8. And Astralis see this one through to the very, very end. They'll take it 2-1 over Vitality and secure the top spot of the group here. Astralis take a bow. They get this one done. Join us us after a quick break, and we'll be back to break this one down.